Hello, everybody. It's me, Josie, again. My challenge today is going to be a fabric book. I know I told the international crafters to prepare a few things, and one of my challenges went down the drain. It did not work. So I improvised with this. Now, this is a beautiful fabric. In Italian, we call this bigay. I don't know what it's called in English. I bought it a long time ago and made a beautiful blanket for my niece when she was having her baby. And I think on top of here I appliqued a little bunny rabbit with all different types of flowers around him. So, and this is what was left, this strip here of that blanket. Unfortunately, when I bought this fabric, because I'm usually a type of person that I need a meter, no go. I usually get 2 meters. But this fabric back then when I bought it from a friend of mine in her store, she just had this piece that was just enough to make the blanket. Actually, it was a little bit big and I cut off this piece. So I had this long strip. And this is going to be the fabric I'm using for the cover. And then I will be using laces and other fabrics. I'm going on some of the blue tones with this fabric, with this little album. I don't know why I always pick, I should be picking pink, seeing that I have 4 boys. I'm surrounded with boys. But I always go, I guess I love, blue tones and things like that, little blue tones. Oh, by the way, before I start, Lori, I wanted to show you this. I made her. While I was watching your video today, I grabbed everything and I started doing it with you. I didn't have pearls, so I put some bling. And yeah, it was pretty much exactly what you were doing. I tried to do as well, too. Naturally, we don't have the same punches, the same paints and everything. But yeah, this is my little girl. Go and check her out, you guys. Lori Haley Richardson. She has this video on these little dolls, and it's adorable. So I have her here right in front of me. I still have to put a hole in her head to hang her. So let's get on to this. Now, to make the video shorter, oh, by the way, don't cringe. I'm doing it all with the glue gun. So, so just a second, you guys. I just have to grab. Okay. So this way it makes it better for me. I'm going to put the glue upside down because I will be using this glue as well too. As soon as I find the top, I'm always losing the tops. Oh, darn. Okay, we're going to try this way anyway. So I'm going to get, by the way, so these are the inside flaps that I'll be putting here, right? First of all, I'm going to be putting this one. And then once I have all the fabric turned over, this will go on top. So I did prepare these beforehand. And the little one that goes into the middle. So it's practically going to be like this on the inside. Now, hopefully it's going to be turning out for me because I am having problems because this fabric is a thick fabric for the corners. I've been, cutting the corners here, and yet I still have some problems. So we'll get this going. In the meantime, I'm looking around here. Oh, golly, 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 golly. I don't know how I do it, you guys. I always lose the top to the glue. So this one's going to be attached with white glue. And then I will turn the corners with the glue gun. So in this little album, the pages are going to be done more or less, not the pages, I'm sorry, how we're going to put the pages in are going to be done more or less how I've been doing my little mini books with the elastic. Okay. And get this one. Oops. going away. So I was saying, yeah, I'm going to be doing to put the pages in with that same idea that I did with my 3-inchy booklets. So I'm leaving a space here so that way it can fold. See that? Can you guys hear the TV? Somebody's watching the game. Last one. This video might be a little bit longer than usual, you guys. I hope you enjoy my company. I hope you stick around. Do I know what I'm doing? Not really. Not really. Yeah, I'm just winging it, you guys. So, like I said, I've always said, I get an idea in my head and I got to do it. A lot of the times it doesn't work out. A lot of the times it does. This Nancy Vastine sent me. It's like a type of chipboard, Nancy, but it kind of feels suede-y on one side. Okay, I'm going to have to cut a little bit on this side here. Make sure that they're straight. Okay, I'm going to turn it over. I'm right-handed. And just cut a strip off here. This is just a bit too long to turn over. Now this is another way of doing it, but these ones here, when I turn the fabric around, first I do one side and then I go to the opposite side. You do the 4 cardinal things first and then you turn the other side. So you got to kind of like, stretch it on one side. And then once you're done that, you can go to the other side and do it. Now this one, the corners were cut and it came out perfect because it's a much finer fabric. You're going to be seeing here what happens. But I'm not really worried about what the corners will look like after because I'm going to be putting laces and things on it too to hide it off. So what I'm going to do is, I wanted to try this first, this way. If I glue it like that and then cut it, because if I cut the corners here it's going to fray. So I'm thinking if I do it that way. Well, we're going to give it a try, you guys. I'm going to start right here first in this corner. And just pinch it right there like that. And then I'm going to obviously cut that away. I'm just hoping that it doesn't give me too much bulk on the inside. I'm going to do the same thing here. Okay. So I'm going to run this along here. It's a thick fabric, you guys. That's the problem. It's kind of thick. So I'm going to, I have to cut these little slits here. I got terrible scissors. Yeah. Okay. I was just thinking, did I have to cut it? I do have to cut it. Just a touch. Just to. Okay. And then start here. I'm trying not to put too much glue because, like I said, I don't want the bulk. I'll cut that after the corners. Okay, so yeah, my other project, you guys, it was with the tie. And what I was trying to do was a cozy um, for a cup, naturally for a man because it was a man's tie. But it just didn't work out for me. It just didn't work out. Like I said, I get these ideas in my head and without thinking, you know, the process and everything. And I could have probably looked it up. There probably would have been something. But I don't know. It just wasn't, you know, I wasn't enthusiastic about it. It was, you know, when, you know, you do something and it's just not working out for you. Okay, hopefully, like I said, when I cut these corners, it doesn't look too bad. I'm going to do this little piece here. And this little piece here. And get that there. Okay, turn it around and start on this side. Sorry you guys if somebody walks in. I think my house is full right now. There's about 6 of them over there right now. My kids have their friends. My son's girlfriend is over. She came over for dinner, and tonight we're having focaccia. Focaccia is like pizza. It's just done in okay, that's what we have so far. I love this fabric. It's beautiful. I wish I had more of it because I would have done, you know, something for my kids with this. See the blue marks here? That's a blue pen that I use to mark the fabric with, and that will go away with water. Well, that's not bad. Take this side off. This one off. And this one off. Okay, they're not bad. There's just one here that I'm not liking too much. It's kind of sticking up. And this is going to go over and it'll cover most of it there. Okay, like that. Okay, let me see here the size. So what are we going to put in here? I'm thinking in the future for international crafters to do kind of like would be not a Rolodex card, but index card size swap out of fabric that we can use to put in here. Something to talk about. Now I think these fabric books are usually done all sewn. That one's that way. I'll turn this one this way. And these were just small pieces like this. This is a collection from Moda Fabrics. This is how big they are. This little corner here is missing. And it's the whole collection. It's, I think, about 20 fabrics that are all, you know, they all go alike together to make a blanket. And I just used 2 of them up, so I'm going to have to substitute these 2 if I do a blanket with that fabric. But it's such pretty fabric. Like, my intentions were to do a blanket, but if, you know, I use it otherwise in other projects, that's fine by me too. I have a lot of fabrics to do blankets anyways. Okay, so you guys, this I'm not going to do right now. I have this right here, because what I'm going to do around this is I'm going to wrap the rope the way I did this right here. Okay, remember this is a 3-inchy book. This, see the elastic here that's wrapped around and you can't see it in the back here? That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do it here in the video, because if you want to see how it's done, I am doing it with these for, it was a couple of challenges ago, so you can go and look at that. I think the video is called a 3-inchy booklet. And so that's what I'm going to put around this one here, and then I'm going to paste it in there, and I can put my pages in the flaps. Whether they're paper or whether they're fabric, I can only stick them in. Okay, so now we're going to go to the outside. So I'm not going to put that aside right now. Like I said, don't worry about these little blue marks. Actually, I can even cover them up now with laces and things like that. Okay, so this is my front cover. And I wanted to start off, I had gotten a couple of these pieces of fabric here, and I was kind of stripping them into little strips, and then I was pulling all the threads. So, you know, look at what you have in your scraps and everything, and, you know, just start playing around with them. This was a piece of lace. This is from a wedding dress. As you all know, my sister and my niece have a wedding dress store, and I can just imagine the dress, that dress there. It must have been beautiful. And I love looking at these laces here too, because you know, I think on how the dress was, or I have probably even seen the dress. So I got these little pieces here cut as well. I cut a couple of them. And then there's a piece of lace that I did want to use that I am saving dearly, this lace, because this lace came, I got it here in Italy, but my sister gave it to me. So she gave it to me as soon as I arrived 26 years ago. And she got it from a friend of hers, where her friend got it in her mother-in-law's house about 10 years before that. And apparently her mother-in-law had it in the house for years and years and years, and it's just simply beautiful. And this I'm really cherishing. I have given away some of it, but I'm not going to anymore, because I do want to make a blanket for, you know, a grandchild or something, a really nice lacy blanket for them. Here it's used a lot that you do these blankets, like a little nice blanket for when he gets baptized, or, you know, when he's born. It's the first thing that they'll put on. Because here in the hospitals, you have to bring everything with you, from A to Z, everything. Diapers, bottles, blankets, clothing, everything, sheets. So, I'm thinking of putting a little piece somewhere around here. And then I took out a whole bunch, but I'm not sure which ones I want to use yet. I think Carol sent me this. Carol Minton. We did a swap on laces once upon a time. I like this blue here in the middle of everything. It looks so pretty. And then I have these ones here that I think I'm going to put on first. The very first thing I'm going to put on as soon as I find it. Right here. This I was thinking of going all the way around first. And then okay, so let's get this one out of the way, and this one too. These two appliques. I just want to make sure that it's going to be enough to go all the way around. I should have measured it before, I know. So you guys, think of, I had told you to prepare laces and things like that. Think of other fabrics that you can use. Yep, it's going to be enough. So I'll do the two long sides first. And this is where it gets a bit tricky, because we're using a glue gun. And that's what I don't want to see, glue. So kind of have to just put it on little by little. Then remember, you can put paper on here as well too. If you have a nice image of something, you can put it on. I was thinking of getting a nice image of a little birdie and then like embossing, clear embossing it so it would look like a tile. Okay, I'm going to cover that with the next piece after. Instead, I got the tiles that I've been making out, and I think I'm going to be using those to embellish it a bit on the front. Naturally, who does have a sewing machine, you can try sewing this. Oh, you see, I'm already covering up the blue line, so I really don't even have to take it away. Okay, we always got those ugly blue glue strings. And cut this away. Okay, now for the other side. I kind of like this border all the way around it. So I was saying about the focaccia, it's just like pizza, but it's done in a square pan. And the pasta, what we call the pasta here, but it's not pasta in the sense of pasta, but it's the dough, right? I'm sorry. The dough is the same. It's nothing different. And we get it in all different types too, just like a pizza. So my hubby's bringing that home tonight, which is bonus for me because I would have had to been in the kitchen cooking right now. And I didn't feel like it tonight. Had a long day. I've been up since 6 this morning. I don't know why I'm getting up so early lately. And I don't go to bed early. I don't go to bed very late either, though. Huh? I used to once upon a time. I used to be roaming the house at 3 o'clock in the morning still and be up at 7. I don't know. It's lately I have not been able to do that anymore. It's like I need my 6-7 hours of sleep. Chop that off. Okay. Let's see here. That'll be fine like that. Turning it. Yeah, the glue strings are going to be a bit annoying, you guys, but gotta cut this off. You know, I'm actually wondering if I want to use the same one on the corners. I'm thinking I can even use a different lace around, which is the one that I just had in my hands. Look at this one. Oh, I just saw another one too. that would be so cute. It has a little border around it as well. And I can even put it this way. Your laces do not have to be the same color, you guys. Actually, this blanket here had a lot of different laces on it. The original blanket with the bunny rabbit in the middle, because then around it I went all around with laces as well. And they were all different laces, which looked really nice together. If I do that, or if I do this. There's some nice thick ones too. Or even white, you know. You don't have to, you can mix and match them. Then I have this one here, which is, oh dear, just like flowers, pearled flowers. Let me see here, just a second. I'm deciding if I just want to border it up like, you know, a picture frame, and you know what, I can do it after. I want to start positioning. These things here. Pushing it over to the side. I think my loudmouth son is home. Can hear him from a mile away. Who was watching my video yesterday? Heard him. He loves coming in the house and making commotion. He's a very happy kid. That's why he's doing it, because he's happy. Kid. He's my oldest son. He's 26. Not much of a kid anymore. He's a grown boy. Does it seem strange to you guys that I have, you know, a 26-year-old still at home? It's the way things are here. They don't leave until they get married. But my son is leaving. He's going to be moving in next door. Too close, I know. Okay. And for, you know, for the video, I'm just doing the front cover. And then in another video, I will show you how my back cover came. Well, some things I can run along to the side, but that is not convincing me yet. And these are the tiles that I wanted to use in this album here. Not all of them. I'm picking just one of them, but didn't know which one to pick, so I took 4 out of them out for now. No, that, no. Is that the right side? This is the right side. Yeah, somebody's home because Dottie's starting to get agitated. Let's get this one. So think of old shirts. Think of, you know, it doesn't have to be like this shabby chic style. Think of, oh dear, what did I get from my mom's the other day that was really cool? Oh, an old house coat. It was, you know, one of those really fluffy ones that, she bought a new one, so she was throwing this out, and I really liked the fabric on it, nice and fluffy. So I took that, and I told her that I'd be using it for something. She was laughing at me. You know what? I'm just going to start pulling it around, and you got to always look carefully to see what's the good side and the bad side. So I'm going to just add this. I'll be cutting the ends as soon as the glue sets. And this one, because it's so fine, I think I will be using some wet glue here. I'll start. Oh, you guys, like, I'm not seeing tonight either, though. I've been noticing that today. I've been really squinting to see something like on the computer or I love this. And I did use a piece of this on this blanket when I made it originally as well too. And everybody was asking me, where did you get this lace? And I said, it's a really old lace. It was given to me. And like, I've been keeping it dearly. I'm not putting glue everywhere, you guys. Just here and there. I can go back and fix it up again. Putting more here and there. This glue will dry clear. I know it's not fabric glue, but I really like these ones here that hold ribbons as well. That would be called valence in Italian. Yeah, if there's one thing, because of the store and, you know, me going there once in a while to work, I learned a lot about fabrics and things like that too. I'm just going to run this all the way down here to the edge, you guys, because I don't want to cut this one. And make sure that it will be folding like that. So in the back here, on the back side, I will probably add, you know, more of this blue fabric, naturally, to, you know, make it the same. Just adding here and there some glue. I'm going pretty quickly, you guys, but I will, you know, make sure that everything is patted down good. When I turn off the video, I'll probably go back to it tomorrow and make sure that I would really like to get this done tonight, so that way tomorrow for the next challenge I'll show it to you guys finished. Try to get some get the inside as well done too, not with the pages. Naturally, the pages, there's going to be, you know, a process as well too, that you might have to need a sewing machine for the pages, the inside pages, if they're going to be in fabric. They don't have to be in fabric. They can be in paper. Nice vintagey paper, nice, you know. I have lots of papers from Tilda that I could, you know, use in here as well. I got almost all her books. Okay, last bit here. And I'm going to cut this piece off now. Probably get a few of these, oh, yeah, flying around. Oh, and then another thing that we can use on here as well too is, you know, flat back beads, these type of things here. You can paste them on. Like, I would put some here in the centers of the flowers. Okay, another piece of lace. Okay, let's see instead. I really like this one here. Yeah, but I would like to put something underneath it, a nice lace underneath it. This here, this we call sangallo. I don't know the names in English, you guys. Sorry. The kids are over here. My two little nieces and nephew. My niece and my nephew. That's a no-go. Okay, I still have these applique flowers to put on. The ones that I cut out of the thing. This big piece of lace. Which, I want to see it closed a second. Like that. Okay. I could always put that there. You know, I could stop right here, you guys, if I wanted to. And like I can continue as well, too, if I wanted to. Because like for me, it already looks pretty the way it is. Can't see. Oh, here they are. Okay. Let me see about these. Oh, there's my daughter-in-law. She whines. She's just a baby still. Sorry, you guys. When they start, they don't finish. Just gonna put them side by side here. Say, what is she doing with that glue gun in her hands, with that lace? Now, let your imagination go wild. And I would do something else here. Let me see if I can get at them. But, no, I don't think I have. I was looking for white pearly buttons. Here, I'll show you guys there what I have. Okay. Two. Okay, I want you to look at these buttons, and I bought them in a store that has buttons from 60, 70 years ago. These are so cool. And every time I go in there, I go crazy. No, it's the same size. I'm looking for another small one. Oh, they're all big. What is this? The only small one that I have? Of this type here, you guys. That's what I'm looking for. No. It's a no-go. Big. And I thought I had some really tiny ones like that, but I guess I was mistaken. So, if I Just put a couple of little blue ones on there. Different ones, like that. And it's the same one. Try this. Sto filmando. Sto filmando. Okay. Let's get these buttons out of the way, you guys. Oh, I could always put them here in the middle of the flowers. That doesn't look too bad. Okay, you guys. I think that's where they're going to go. Yep. One thing I do want to do is buy a good glue gun. And I saw one the other day. I think they want almost 50 euro for it, but it's a bronze and it has the tips that change as well too. You can get fine tips, you can get, and a friend of mine had a problem with hers the other day, time ago, and it's very good assistance. She got it fixed and everything, and so yeah, I'm thinking of getting that. There you go, you guys. What do you think? I can go on and on here continuing, but we're already at 42 minutes, and I will show you tomorrow because I do want to continue this tonight. I'm kind of having fun here, and I hope you all like it. I hope you want to try it. Like I said, don't look at this as an example. You know, get your buttons out, get your little fabrics out, get whatever, you know, old shirt that you have. Remember the chipboard in the middle, and do it. Do it any size you want. I have done it for the size of iCads, right? For the, what are they called again? Index cards, right. Are they iCads? Yeah, index card, I think. I think so, yeah. So there you go. I hope you like it, you guys. Until tomorrow, and everybody have a nice day. Goodbye.